Ignore the squirrels fighting in the tree across the street. At least I assume they're squirrels that are fighting. Might actually be birds. We've got this. Yet another ancient computer that is not worth the sticker price. Not even close. Although I'll probably make back that much just with this video. But anyway, it is an HP Pavilion model 525C. Now I've had a 541C in the past that I no longer have. And this is pretty much the same deal. That's a little broken. Looks like that's been upgraded. Yeah, that's a DVD burner. Cool. So, it's kind of holding on with a thread, but not really. And there, I think that's probably the stock DVD-ROM, if I had to guess. So that would still have the floppy drive, so it's got the drive cage, which is good. I already know what's in here. I wouldn't have bought it if it didn't have the drive cage and didn't have the hard drive, honestly. If that wasn't installed, I wouldn't have bought it either, because it's just some old Athlon XP. Nothing particularly great. In fact, it might not even be an Athlon XP. It's probably a little bit lower end than the 541 I had, so it might be like a little Duron or a Sempron or something. If we take a look, I hope that's a Delta power supply, not a piece of crap Bestech one, but standard port arrangement. I think it's got more ports. I think it's got Firewire where my 541 did not. I don't remember what the 541 had for ports. I uploaded a video of it. You can go back there and tell it to me in the comments, because I know that you'll do that. For whatever reason, somebody installed an add-on Ethernet card. I'm not sure what type it is. Probably a 3-com. There's a Firewire card there. I don't know if that's original. And then a modem, which is probably original. HP Pavilion 500. Hardware bill of materials. Made in Mexico of foreign and domestic components. So, well, the other interesting thing about this is the fact that it looks like Best Buy stickers are still installed. Actually, they're not Best Buy, they're Future Shop. Because I remember these. Yeah, that's definitely Future Shop. I remember these all too well. These repair stickers, although I'm more familiar with the Depot repair, because my Toshiba laptop that I had back in the day, sending that thing to warranty repairs so many times, because it kept just breaking. So, what's wrong with this one? Somebody's telephone number, which is great. Cycle on safe mode. I don't know what that means. It's broken. I've already broken it a couple times now. But since it's just the CD cylinder, I don't really care that much about it. Got some thumb screws, so you can take a look inside. I didn't do too much of an inspection. I'll tell you, it's dirty. Yep. There's a hard drive right there. Looks like the RAM is installed. Very hard to see. Yep. 2 sticks of RAM. Does have AGP, so that's cool. Is that an SIS? Nope, that's an NVIDIA chipset. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I think it's pretty similar to the 541C that I had. Still can't tell what card that is, which is fine. I'm trying to... Let me see here. Get the camera in there so I can actually see what's going on. Compact. No, that doesn't tell me much. So, I'm not sure why this is not plugged in. I'm guessing that this is probably an aftermarket power supply. And of course, it's a Bestech. Why wouldn't it be a Bestech? And it's one of these stupid shallow power supplies too. Yeah. So, I don't know if I can. I think you probably could get away with it, installing a normal power supply in there, but it might be a little difficult. So I hope that power supply is good, and that it's not going to fail anytime soon. I always loved how the cooling setup here did not align with the heatsink. That was very funny. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this in. I'm going to actually just power it up. Not bother cleaning it out or anything else. I'll put the side cover on and we'll see if it blows up. Alright, it's awfully close because don't have a whole lot of space thanks to people who don't know how to park. But let's go ahead and plug in the power and see what it does. Comes on and posts. Look at that. F1 for setup. That's weird. I'm amazed it actually works. Maybe I shouldn't be. Alright. F1 for setup. What do we got? Holy crap. That's an 80 gigabyte hard drive. Kind of surprised the bearings are bad, but that's obviously an upgrade. I doubt very highly it would have come with an 80 gigabyte drive new. May have come with that 512 meg of RAM though. CPU is this? It's not terrible. 2600 plus. So I'll see what it boots into. Aww. Well. Oh well. I'll see if I can boot like a live Linux or something. It smells hot, and the computer just turned off. That crappy Best Tech power supply blew up. Wow, that smells really hot. I stopped the video at the wrong time, I think. I don't know if it was dirt or what. Yeah, I don't think it works anymore. I'm kind of afraid to plug it in. Just because I don't want it to shoot fire at the back. That would be a very bad thing. So, that was a short-lived experiment. Well, just as I suspected, can't get a normal power supply in there. It won't fit. So we're stuck with the stupid crappy one. If I want to fix this, I'll have to go buy one. And don't know about you, but I'm probably not about to do that. So I think that's pretty much the end of the line for this. But just for the purposes of collateral, see if it blew up the system, because I'm curious. Let's plug in this equally as crappy Best Tech power supply and see what it does. Oh, no, it still works. For now. 2 to continue. It's not going to get any further, so it does still work. So I guess there's that. Here it is. Best Tech ATX 1956D. Well, given all the dirt that's on it, wouldn't be surprised if some of that's conductive and that's what caused the problem. I don't know, hard to say. But these aren't very good at the best of times, so I really kind of doubt it. Wow, what a tightly condensed piece of crap. Can't even see anything in there. So, but all that dirt is probably a good reason for why it doesn't work any longer. But, oh well. Doesn't really matter. It's not like that's an interesting system anyway. I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of it. I I have that compact case down there. I may actually use that compact case. Just throw it into that. Alright. It's been a couple of weeks, probably. You know, it's not like I'm not swamped with things to do, but we're back with the HP Pavilion 525C, which, if you remember, had the lovely Bestech power supply in it that decided it was going to explode. Not violently, but it certainly exploded in smoke. That was not capacitor smoke. So, that's junk. And the problem with this case is that because it's a shallow case, I needed a power supply of this form factor, so I had to actually order one. So, 40 bucks later, we have what is basically a direct replacement that is not a Bestech. 200 watts. I don't know what this one's rated for. Let me see if I can find it. 200 watts, so it is a direct replacement. And it's got all the wiring that I need. It's basically the same wiring that has, so we shouldn't have an issue. I guess we'll find out. But suffice it to say that I want to get this in here as soon as possible. And get this thing off of the garage floor and doing something useful. Although, what useful it can possibly do, given it's just an Athlon XP. This bee will not go away. Can you, like, scram, please? I'm trying to shoot a video here. Anyway. So we'll put that in there and power this thing back up and see where we go from there. Well, as you can see, the new power supply is in place. But I found out that this lovely thing has the screw holes backwards as well. So the data plate's on the other side, so I guess we won't see the data plate ever again. But before I power this up and see if I can fix the Windows installation, which I don't think I can do, but before we even get into any of that, I'm going to get out the air compressor. I'm going to clean this out because this thing is nasty. Okay, I'm telling you what, it's a darn sight better than it was. It didn't even manage to lower the AQHI in the garage by too many points. It was pretty bad though. So, I got a Windows XP Home CD ready. I don't know if that's what it's still running. The COA on the side is for Home Edition. I'm also not entirely convinced that this process is going to work. But we'll give it a try. Okay. Now, let's see what it does. What? Excellent. That's the second time that's happened. That time it smells like capacitor. It's got that kind of peanut buttery smell to it. I think I might just cut my losses. So, I guess I've got an eBay seller to talk to. And I am just going to recycle the PC because I'm not spending more money on that. So, well, don't look now. It's been on for 7.5 minutes and hasn't had any further incidents. So, I am going to just assume that it's going to work. And I'm going to put my Windows XP Home Edition CD in there. And see if we can continue with this. If it were a non-proprietary power supply, I'd just replace it and I wouldn't be so mad about it. But, yeah, no, that's a special power supply and I'm not spending another $60 on a power supply for this. And then probably have it do exactly the same thing. Because apparently they're not reliable. Even if they're not Bastex. I'm still going to contact the seller, though, because it was billed as tested and working, and that's not quite working. So, I'm not really sure what cat blew up, but clearly it wasn't important. Okay. Now, I don't know if this actually will do what I want. Hopefully I got the boot menu. Here we go. Let's see if this optical drive actually works. Press any key to boot from CD. We'll let it go through its thing. And we'll see what this does. Press R for recovery console. Examine it. So, we want 1. And I gotta figure out now what I'm doing because I've never actually done this before. Okay. So what I've done is, these are registry files, and I have made a backup copy of everything, deleted them all, and then recopied them out of this repair directory. Let's see what happens. I mean, the worst it can do is not work. And I just wasted, probably 20 minutes of time. Probably wasn't even that, it's probably more like 5 minutes of time, but let it do its thing. When it says press any key to boot from CD, we will not. Windows XP. I think it actually worked. Would you look at that? I mean, under the woods yet, there could still be a password. And all manner of data corruption. What's it about to do? Windows is starting up. There is no password. I may have to stop the video, depending upon what this does next. Yeah, there's definitely no password. I realized afterward that didn't necessarily mean there was no password. Oops. This copy of Windows must be activated before you can log on. Do you want to activate Windows now? What if I say no? Does it put me in a loop? It puts me in a loop, I think. Owner. This might be a reload. I'm wondering if just putting in the product key, because it's not going to be able to activate over the internet anyway. So we'll see what happens. I'm surprised that it's not activated, because it's an OEM copy, or at least it should be an OEM copy. Wow, this thing is really slow. Oh, didn't ask me to activate this time. Not yet, anyway. I'm starting to wonder if maybe this was freshly reinstalled at some point. Well, kind of. Probably. Take a tour of Windows XP. Please set registry key, install root to point to the .NET Framework install. Yeah, so there's data corruption, especially now that I've done what I did. And holy crap. Oh, look at this. That's probably why there's data corruption. Compact. Firmware upgrade utility. I'm not sure why a compact utility would be on here, but okay. Fair enough. Google Earth. Kaspersky antivirus. I haven't seen that in a while. How to link this wireless G USB thing at some point. Worms Armageddon. Probably a game. Nvidia Corporation. Yahoo AutoSync. I'm sure that doesn't work anymore. Yahoo Messenger. I'm gonna hit cancel on that. 30 days left to activate Windows. What's in the recycle bin? Do I want to know? Holy crap. Well, not as much as I thought. So, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take all this junk. It's right there. We're gonna take it, and we're gonna put it into a folder on the desktop. And again, I may have to stop the video depending upon what all this is. Let me say no. Because there should be thumbnails, right? Yeah, there's thumbnails. So, well, anyway. Is there anything else on this drive? Well, there's 20 gigs used, so there probably is somewhere. Oh my god. Bunch of databases. Yep, there's data all over this. Okay, cool. That's nice. Oh, yeah, there's stuff all over this. Nice. I'm gonna have a field day with this, I think. But the one thing I'm curious before I shut the video down is... what is this? Well, it is still Home Edition. Service Pack 2. So, 512 meg of RAM. I guess that's not terrible. But I'm kind of curious why it's not activated. Because it's an OEM copy, so it should be. Any unknown devices? There's probably a virus on this somewhere. Because that does not look, that's not what that's supposed to be. GeForce 4 MX video. Compact NC3121. That's what that expansion Ethernet card is. So maybe they couldn't get the onboard network to work, and that's why they've got that in there. So, well, that'll be a fun thing to maybe play around with for a little bit, but I'm going to just nuke it from orbit anyway. I'll get, I'll just load it with Windows XP Home Edition. I don't have a lot of Windows XP Home Edition machines, so I'll just load it with Home Edition, because that's what it's licensed for. Maybe install the unofficial service pack. I haven't decided yet, but for the time being, that's pretty much it. So I'll do some perusing on this, and that will be that. So thank you for watching, and if you've got any comments, feel free to leave them down below.